Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Rabbanit Bracha here, sharing a thought about Parashat Chayei Sara. The first pasuk in the parasha, Vayu Chayei Sara, Me'a Shana, Ve'esrim Shana, Ve'sheva Shanim, Shnei Chayei Sara. There are many ways to translate this, but the life of Sara, Chayim Shel Sara, were 100 years and 20 years and 7 years. And then there's three extra words, Shnei Chayei Sara, like bookending the beginning of the pasuk. The years of the life of Sara, Shnei Chayei Sara. The question is asked, why add those three words at the end? We already know we're talking about the lives or the years of her lives. Rav Mordechai Rubinstein, in his book Dorshei Lifrakim on Pirkei Avot, offers this idea. The word Shnei in Hebrew has two meanings. One of them is Shanim Shel, years of, as in years of Sarah's life. The other one is Shnayim Shel, two of, and in that case, the pasuk ends recapping Sarah's life, Shnei Chayei Sarah, the two lives of Sarah, or Sarah's two lives. Rav Rubinstein explains that these two lives are Sarah's waking life, when she was active in doing acts of chesed, kindness, and the other is her sleeping life, when in general one may be considered not really alive and active when one is sleeping, but in Sarah's case, according to Rav Rubinstein, her sleeping hours were specifically only to re-energize and rejuvenate herself so she could do even more acts of kindness and follow in God's ways. I was thinking about this explanation of Rav Rubinstein when I noticed that the same phrase, Shnei Chayei, is used for Avraham when he passes away, chapter 25, verse 7. I will read it to you. Ve'ele yemei shnei chayei Avraham asher chai. These are the days of, the years of, or Shnei Chayei, the two lives of Avraham, which he lived. Me'at shana, 100 years, 70 shana, 70 years, v'chamesh shanim, and 5 years. And again, by Ishmael, further on in 25, verse 17, Abraham's first son, by Hagar, where it says, Ve'ele shnei chayei Ishmael. These are the years of the life of Ishmael, or perhaps these are the two lives of Ishmael. Now, it's possible that Rav Rubinstein only picked up on this in the first pasuk because it feels extraneous. But I would like to think that this Shnei Chayei, we could use this midrashic interpretation of the two lives of in a slightly different way. And I'd like to offer an explanation based on the teaching of Rabbi Sachs, Zichrono Livracha, whose Torah is very missed in this world and whose second yahrzeit was just this past week. Rabbi Sachs teaches that we all need a why in our lives that guides us. Why are we doing this? Where are we going to? But why? What's our mission? What is it that is our sense of purpose? Why are we doing something? Something that I feel also needs to be meaningful to us and passed on to future generations. And these Shnei Chayei Sara, they're the acts that she did, but underneath there was this amazing purpose that she had. She left us this legacy of living for kindness, for hospitality, hachnasat orchim, her partnership with Abraham, which I think is a wonderful dugma, wonderful example for us as well. And Abraham, later on in the parasha, also Shnei Chayei Abraham, there were his acts, but then there was the underlying, the underneath why, left us with similar legacy. And even Ishmael leaves us with a beautiful legacy, an underpinning, an underlayer of thoughtfulness. Something happened to him where at the end of his life, the text tells us that he came back to the family. He joined Yitzchak and they buried their father Abraham together, perhaps burying some of their brotherly strife as well. I'm wishing all of us a thoughtful Shabbat when we think of the why in our own lives. What is our mission? What guides us? What is the purpose of the things that we do? Wishing everybody a Shabbat Shalom.